Happy Tuesday. Let's make sure I don't have no lipstick on my teeth. I don't. That's the only thing I worry about when I wear this cherries in the snow. Because since it's moisturizing, I mean, it doesn't dry down. I'm afraid it's going to transfer. Anyway, yes, I stopped and got gas. Grifter wants to know how much gas is. It's $3.19. Now, this is probably a little bit more than what it is on Highway 421. But I'm not going that way anytime soon, so I just pay the higher price right here. And I'm using more gas since I am having to come home more often. You know, plus it's hot, and that's just the way it is. Normally, in the wintertime, I can get by with 3 weeks on a tank. But in the summertime, no. And this car drinks more gas because it's older. Okay. What are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about today? Well, we'll talk just slightly about Tim. I won't make this one long. I try to keep them at 10 minutes sometimes, and then it ends up going 15. Anyway, Tim put up some videos yesterday. They were all kind of, you know, he kept saying he was going to Anna Maria Island. And I mean, it's funny because I had just said that. And there he says he's going, but yet he never went. And I don't know if he just didn't put the video up yet or if he didn't really go. Now, I know, I looked at the map, and it does take, it's a longer drive than probably what they want to take and spend the money on gas for. So, and I know that he's not going to do anything that I can't find someone from somewhere else about Anna Maria Island. I just wanted to see if he was going to whine about it, because I know parking is an issue there. As if you don't get there early, the free parking goes, and then there's paid parking, but there's a church you can park at that you can park just as long as you make a donation. They don't have a minimum. So I guess you could give $1 or whatever. I mean, I would give much more than $1, but I'm just saying that there is a church you can park at that's close to the ocean, or close to the Gulf, not the ocean. He took us to that Crescent Beach. Is that what it was? Or something like that. And I thought it looked like, I mean, I like sleepy beach towns. But I think that's just what somebody gave that beach for whatever reason. And I'm sure that most of the time there's nobody there. Except maybe when it's really crowded, then people go there just to, I don't know, fish, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I do like sleepy beach towns. I like them where they're, I do like Myrtle Beach, and I know Myrtle Beach has high rises, but if you really got down to it, the place that I want to live is a sleepy beach town. You know, but it's just, most of the time those are, you know, I think of Sullivan's Island. That is a sleepy beach town, but the real estate on that island, I mean, you have to be a millionaire to be able to afford that island. And I don't know how it is down there as far as, I know he said Scott Baio was at Bradenton, and for some reason I was thinking he was at Destin, but he was right. I don't know why I kept thinking he was at Destin. But anyway, he is at Bradenton. He does a podcast now. If anybody cares. May not care. And he did do a YouTube the other day live, I saw. It popped up in my feed. My thread or whatever. My For You page. Whatever it's called. I noticed last night that all I was getting was news channels. And I'm like, why am I getting all these news channels? I mean, I do watch news occasionally on there. It's mostly weather, though. But for some reason, I was getting all these news channels. But I did look to see, you know, there is a wave out there in the ocean that I think has maybe a 40% chance of something happening now. It keeps going up. I haven't looked today. It may not be that much now. But, you know, they have no idea where it's going. And I saw where one of the weathermen, and I think I'm too far over. No, I'm good. I saw where one of the weather people were saying now was the time to, you know, get prepared on what you would do if you had to evacuate. And I'm thinking, I can hear Tim. He ain't doing nothing. He'll, you know, he'll say, oh, it's too... And I know there's some of those people down there that just don't care. They're not going nowhere. But if I'm living in a camper, I'm going to be thinking about it. So, you know, it's funny how he tells us... He used to tell us everywhere he was at. And then when it got to Jacksonville, it was like he didn't want nobody to know. He'd keep the blinds closed. Then when he got out west, he'd tell everybody where he was at. Now that he's back in Florida, he's not telling everybody where he's at. And I see where in his comments somebody's saying, oh, he's hiding from the haters. I can tell you right now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know everything there is to know about the other channels or where they are. But the majority of us are nowhere near where he's at. And I'm not taking no special trip down there to stalk him. Lord, I got better things to do with my time. And why would anybody stalk him? You know, I mean, I guess there's all kinds out there. I don't know. But, you know, and I've always said, and I've said this before, I said this in one of my first videos when I talked about him was, I said don't call places that they're staying at and give bad reviews. You know, let these businesses or whatever they are find out on their own. And once again, I don't know who did that call, who contacted Brock. I was trying to say Johnny Vegas. They probably contacted him plenty of times. I mean, I say that. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that it's not me. It's not any of us that I talk to on a regular basis. It's not Lollyville. It's not Darling. And it's not Blind Views. It's not Grifter. It's not Ray. It's not Sage. And I don't believe it's Dino. I don't believe it's Dino. I believe it's someone that he has ticked off somewhere or another that don't even make videos. But maybe they do. I'm just telling you who I don't think it is. Nah, I'm not. You know, and if I left somebody out, I didn't mean to. That I watched. But I don't think any of us that make videos on him would take the time to do that, because we all support local businesses and small businesses, and that's not doing nothing but hurting a small business. It's not hurting Tim. It's hurting a small business. Now, there'll be some to say, oh, it hurts Tim. I guess in a mental way it does hurt him, but he never takes any accountability on why some channel of his size, because he is not that big in the scheme of things. As I've said before, he's not Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast is getting all kinds of channels talking about him right now. If you, I mean, I don't want to get into why it's being brought up, but all you got to do is Google it and you can figure it out. So I'm sure he'll have hundreds of people talking about him, but anyway, on their channels. But in the scheme of what the 63,000 that he has, you got to ask yourself, why does this man have so many channels making videos about him? That's what you got to look at. And then also, you've got hundreds of people commenting on the videos. You know, Darling is getting more views than what Tim gets on some videos. So if there's that many people watching and supporting us, then Tim, you need to take a look in the mirror. And some of your little supporters, they might need to listen to your preaching sermons more often. That's all I'll say about that. Because they sure don't treat some of us very kind. And the only thing I've ever said about this one, AM, is I said that I don't understand why she supports him. So that's what I said. I don't understand it. And yet she had to come over here to my channel and leave comments that had nothing to do with me talking about Tim. Once again, they go on to the way I look. Well, first of all, as I've said before, I don't talk about the way Tim looks, but I could, but I don't. Now, the only thing I've said about Tammy is I don't like the black eyeliner. I don't like the color of her hair. But that doesn't mean that, that's just an opinion. She can wear whatever she wants to. She can have whatever hair she wants to. If she wants to wear the biggest, darkest black eyeliner in her, I don't really care. I'm just saying I thought she would look younger. Because you do look younger when you lighten up the eyeliner. And today, I almost look like it's the lens or whatever. And yes, I changed it back to mirror because I don't like that other way that it is. I'm sorry, but it shows my crooked side of my mouth too much when I have it on the regular setting. I want the mirror setting. I want it. Because I have to watch myself back. If you've ever had to watch yourself back over and over again, you see every flaw there ever is. And the only reason I don't like to see my crooked mouth is I'm afraid somebody's going to say, what's wrong with her? And you know, you can talk about my neck all day long and it don't bother me. You know, I get talks all the time about my neck. Oh, my neck. I have 5 or 6 chins. I need a strap to keep it up. Well, I got one of those. And don't do that. Well, I'm going to say don't do anything. But anyway, I'll tell you right now, I would rather have this waddle than a neck that is, you know, when I say a neck, than one that is just really, really wrinkled. You know, I don't like, I mean, that's just all I'm saying. And there's nothing wrong with wrinkles, don't get me wrong. But what I'm talking about is maybe somebody that maybe laid in a tanning bed for 30 years and, you know, now they got all this loose skin and, you know, and if I ever lose a bunch of weight, I may have all that. But I can tell you right now, if there's any way, I'll find me some money to get it fixed if I can. I mean, that's one time I would probably let them go under the knife. And, you know, and I may not. I may get to that point and I'll say, I'll just live with it. Anyway, I gotta go. I've already went over 10 minutes, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I am watching all of Camper Van Kevin's live, and I'm taking notes, and I'll try to be ready to talk about that live by Thursday. I want to be a little bit up. I'm not going to do a reaction because it's too long, but I want to be up to date. I've found some a vlog or something where I can get up to date on Felix and all that. So I need to study that more, and then I'll talk about Kevin and his conspiracy theories and his afraid to travel right now. So I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.